Hey, I'm Markeia.
Want to hear something scary? Murder in the spotlight. Many old buildings have a tragic history. Usually, we're safe in the knowledge that the past is where that tragedy remains. But when that tragedy is so profound that it doesn't stay buried, it can reach out to us when we least expect it. Daisy had just started working as a stage manager at the historic St. James Theatre in Wellington, New Zealand. She'd had plenty of jobs before, but this job was the first real step in the career she'd always dreamed of. The theater was majestic, but a bit run down. It hadn't staged a new production since the 1920s. As she walked down the aisle, she ran her hand against the plush red velvet seats. The play would begin in a few weeks, but her excitement was tempered by an uneasy feeling that began to wash over her. First, it was the moldy prop closet. Then it was the lights that would inexplicably flicker on and off. But she rationalized her worries, writing them off to new job jitters. It wasn't long, though, before one of the older stagehands, Omar, told her that the St. James had a reputation for being haunted. Helga and Polly Byron were twins, Omar explained. Helga was the established older sister. Polly was her understudy, eager for the spotlight. But as soon as Polly's star started to shine, Helga became jealous. Eventually, Helga's jealousy grew so consuming that one night before a premiere, she fatally stabbed her younger sister as she walked on stage under the spotlights. Realizing what she'd done, Helga turned the knife on herself, and to this day, no one goes into their dressing room. Daisy rolled her eyes. She didn't have time for ghost stories. She had a play to put on. Daisy was a driving and motivating force for the crew. Her work ethic and technical know-how shined bright. This next production was sure to be a great success, and mainly thanks to her leadership behind the scenes. That night, Daisy stayed late to shut the theater down. She didn't mind, as it gave her more time to feel at home in the place. But in closing up, she passed Polly and Helga's dressing room. It was almost like it was calling to her, subtly marked off with tape, undisturbed for years. The product of superstitious theater people, she thought, as she impulsively tore the tape down and walked in. The room was totally bare. Adhered on one wall, a large, dusty mirror. She looked in the mirror and, out of the corner of her eye, she saw someone walk by behind her. She immediately backed out of the room and rushed back to the main stage. Daisy had seen enough and was eager to leave, when suddenly, the lights shut off, plunging the theater into darkness. Daisy groped the seat, struggling to find her way. She knew there were 2 exit signs and stumbled toward the closest one. But there, blocking her way, was a woman. Silhouetted in darkness, she approached slowly as Daisy turned towards the other exit. But another woman blocked her in that direction. They were pinning her in, slowly pushing her to the stage. Daisy climbed onto the stage to escape her pursuers, and to her surprise, the spotlight snapped on. And then she saw them, Helga and Polly Byron, wearing matching costumes of Lady Macbeth from the last production that had happened in this theater before it was shut down. They were identical twins, identical costumes, identical scars that lined their stab wounds, even down to the identical gleam in their eyes. Daisy turned to run upstage, but they were quicker. Helga unsheathed a knife and stabbed Daisy through the shoulder, pinning her down to the floor. As Daisy screamed and squirmed in vain to escape, Polly silently glided forward. She circled her, quizzically, puzzling over her part in this performance. Polly then gripped the stuck knife and dragged it down through Daisy's body with supernatural strength, nearly splitting her in 2. After Daisy stopped breathing, Helga and Polly stepped back to admire their work, bowed to the sounds of ghostly applause, and vanished. The next morning, Omar returned to the theater to find it still unlocked from the night before. When he saw the stage and what once was Daisy, he screamed. While waiting for the police, he saw the opened dressing room door and knew that they had to have done it. Of course, the police didn't believe him. So yet another production was canceled at the historic St. James Theater. Inside, the Byron sisters still wait, ready to perform with anyone who dares to shine brighter than them. If it's hot outside, I have oily skin. If it's cold outside, oily skin. Raining outside, wet and oily skin. It's embarrassing, but we've all had struggles with our skin. And that's why we're excited to partner with our sponsor, Apostrophe. Apostrophe, a prescription skincare company, treats acne, and they can also help you hit your other skincare goals, like reducing redness, wrinkles, and even dark spots. I enjoyed my easy shopping experience with Apostrophe. The shipping of my skin treatment plan prescribed by a real dermatologist was quick. And there was even a cute postcard and stickers to personalize my prescription inside. We have a special deal for our audience. Save $15 off your first visit with a board-certified dermatologist at apostrophe.com/scary when you use our code SCARY. This code is only available to our listeners. To get started, just go to apostrophe.com/scary and click Begin Visit. Then use our code SCARY at sign up and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit. That's apostrophe.com/scary and use that code SCARY to get your dermatology visit and save $15. And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring the podcast. If you'd like to submit a story, send me an email at SomethingScary@Snarled.com. Like and share this video if it gave you the chills. And don't forget to subscribe to Snarled and turn on the bell for notifications. And if you dare, follow me on social media. Until next time, my dark darlings. Sweet dreams.